How are we doing? How is your day today? Are you okay? Are you still encouraging yourself in the Lord? Are you waiting fervently on Him? Are you looking up to the hills from whence cometh our help? Our help comes from the Lord God Almighty. Yes, this is Layla, all the way from Kenya, plus 2, 5, 4. I'm trying to be hilarious, but I don't think that's my thing. Like, yeah. So guys, I'm back again with the word. As yesterday we had spoken, I had just come yesterday to do a short time of prayer and encouragement. I felt that we needed it, and there was a little tip word inside there. Go listen to it about the the things to watch out for, even as you're in this last lap, because it's gonna be intense. So I'll not repeat myself, just go listen to it. It is the last video I did yesterday, and maybe the only one I did yesterday. Yes. So thank you for everyone who is subscribing. I want to thank God for you. I pray for all of you who have subscribed. God bless you. I declare and decree a blessing right now. God bless you so much and answer for you. And if particularly you're trusting God for marriage, may He hearken Himself to you as He's answering us in a speedy, in a speed manner. May He come and do it for all of us and for all of you who are subscribed to this channel. For those who watch, God bless you. Continue convicting you to the right direction as well. And we pray that you'll also be part of us and subscribe as well. Show us the love. And even as you watch, put the likes. Please like my content. When you like it, you're helping us to be on everyone's radar, so that as many people can be blessed by this word, so that we can move stronger and go forth as a ministry. That is the simplest way, just to say I'm partnering with the Lord, to believe and spread this word so that many other singles can be encouraged by it, even as we await our transition, our glorious transition into marriage. As I say, normally I'm a bride in exit, soon to be a wife, and I believe that is your portion. Soon to be a wife, soon to be a husband. We are in transition, and while in transition, we have to prepare very, very well. Child. Today is a beautiful day. Today is a beautiful day. It's not like yesterday. As I told you guys yesterday, my mom wasn't feeling well. I got the news and I was a little bit just a little bit distracted, but not as much. I took the day to pray and invest time for prayer for my mom. Yes, and I feel at peace. I feel at peace. That's why I'm here today. Yes, as the title of this word says, it says apologies. Yes, the apologies are coming. Restoration dates to will you marry me? The apologies are coming. Restoration dates to will you marry me? So it's gonna be a process. It's gonna be a process. It's gonna be a process. And it is true. The apologies are happening in this season. For those whom for the kingdom spouses that have been awakened to begin to act quickly, this is the time. They are coming with their apologies. They are they are calling, or rather writing messages to you, emailing you, sending some gift packages to you. Some of you, they are going to take advantage of your birthdays. They're going to take advantage of your special occasions to use it as a channel of communication to start their apology journey. And somebody is asking, why are they apologizing? They're apologizing for some of them, they were just ignorant. Some of them knew that you are the spouse, but human beings, sometimes you're told do not eat from that tree, but they just want to test how it tastes, and yet they know they shouldn't, because God had already told them, but because of their ignorance they decided to choose another way. And now they have discovered that all the choices have failed, and they have to come back to the drawing board. And now they have to start from an apology place. They have to start from an apology place, apologizing for keeping you waiting, apologizing for overlooking you, downplaying you. Some of these people who are gonna come are people that for some reason you just had to separate because you felt that the commitment was not working then, to just give each other time to go and try other things, to maybe so that you don't feel like you're forcing the relationship on each other. But this time around, now that you've separated and you've discovered, no, we were just meant for each other. We are more than friends. We are not just best friends. We are not just family friends. For us, we feel like God has ordained marriage for the two of us, and right now it's that time for apologies. For apologies, particularly when there was a season of ignoring each other, or one is putting in more than what the other was putting in, or there was a mistake that happened and one of you was too proud to apologize, or the two of you are too proud to apologize. But this is particularly the men are going to apologize. This is more a word for the men, because listen, the Bible says he who finds. So this man who is coming to get you, this man who has finally discovered that this is my wife. You remember the story of Joseph, how Joseph was just running away from Mary. And God was just like, Joseph, you gotta turn back and go to that lady, because there's no other wife that I have for you except Mary. So it's gonna be a Joseph kind of situation. This one, it has involved the angels, it has involved God. Heaven has moved on our behalf. This is a word particularly. This is an instruction for the men. If you're a man and you're listening to this, don't go and start and just go and do excellently. Start with an apology. You can imagine when your Joseph is running away from you, what do they want you to do? What are they expecting you to think of them? And this is not a word to condemn. It's a word of love. It's a word of instruction. It's a word to show you how to go about the situation. It's a word to encourage the sisters also to forgive. Yes. God is saying that when the apology comes, particularly when you know this is the right person for you, this is the person that God has confirmed. This is the person that the Spirit of God is vouching for. Do not hold back. Forgive them. When they apologize, forgive them. When they apologize, forgive them. But listen, actually, this is the part I really wanted to say. Not only that, will you just forgive them, but weigh the options, because there are some people you forgive and go separate ways. And there are people that you forgive and you really see that we can build with this person. This is the person that God wanted for me, not the person that you want for yourself, the person that God wants for you. Some of them you're gonna forgive them and let them go, and don't feel bad about it. That is why we ought to pray without ceasing. Mary knew that Joseph was her partner. Joseph was supposed to be her husband. And when Joseph was running away, behaving a certain way, Mary decided to keep herself busy and wait for Joseph to sort himself out, sort out the disbelief, sort out the doubt, And Joseph, after a lot of fighting, thinking, putting all the things together, weighing the situation, the virtues of Mary, looking at, because at that time he's doing a very intense inquiry. He's wondering, is this the woman I want to say, will you marry me? Is this the woman I want to have as my wife? Is she everything I need? Is she that godly woman that I want in my life? Is she? Are you? And after Joseph had made up his mind, he came back to Mary. And definitely, the only way he came back to Mary was through an apology, to explain himself. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he was just feeling like, no, And some of you have children in real sense. And maybe this guy knows you're the right wife, but He's just thinking, and what about these children? They are not mine. So, they have to think they're going through the process. But don't worry. All you need to do is be in the position of Mary. Luke chapter 1, verse 45. Blessed is she who believed in the word of the Lord. Because that is the only way to anchor yourself. That is the only way you will stay unmoved. And after these apologies come, ladies, as I say again, I'm talking now to the ladies. Also, let the man pursue you a bit. Don't just be too available. Don't be too. If he says he wants to talk to you today, tell him today I'm held up. Let's push it to Saturday. Keep him in the waiting room, because don't also make it too easy. Let him be on the journey of the pursuit. Keep him on his toes so that he knows that the probability of losing you is also high. This is just a tip. This is just a tip. This is just a tip. I'm not saying it's biblical. This is just a tip. Don't also be too ready available. It's like you've been doing nothing for the past 2 years that you guys had separated, and now he's back. He wants to talk to you. You're just so readily available. No. Let him chase you a bit. Let him pay a little price. Let him know that it is costly to have you. Yeah, don't just be too readily available. Let him do the chess. Let him chase you a bit. Let him build that desire in him to feel like, whoa, I need to put in my best game, But when you're too available, also men are hunters, so they want to feel the pride of chasing after you, coming for you. Say it. Yes, all that. They want to do it. The other thing is, don't just take a rude apology. It has to be an honorable apology. He has to tell you what has been going on, and in this apology, let it be face to face if possible. Yeah, so that you see his facial expressions, you can read his body language. Don't just be fooled just because now it has been said it is a word of apology. You're going to take any rude, rough apology and just say, he apologized. No, it has to be honorable. It has to be full of love. You must see that this person really is sorry about it and that they really want you. I told you there are some that you'll forgive and separate your ways, but there are some you will forgive and continue the journey into marriage. I'm talking about particularly the ones that you're forgiving to go into marriage with. Let it be a well thought apology. Listen to it. Let it be filled with love. Let it be one that lifts you up. Don't just go and sit there and someone is just telling you scattered words everywhere or telling you the things you want to hear. That is the time to take that opportunity to ask questions. Yes, ask him questions. Like, what has suddenly made him change his mind and choose now that it's you they want? What do they want with you? What do they want from you, with you? What is it that they see that is valuable about you? Ask all the questions. Get to know what this person thinks about you. Because if he doesn't think about you from a standpoint of being valuable, then drop him. Drop him, baby. Drop him. Ask him questions. How has your relationship with God been? How's your relationship with your family? How is your work? Get to know where he's at in life. This apology will come with it will be a window for you to investigate, interrogate, get to know, inquire, be inquisitive, and let your antennas be on the high. Be sensitive to the Holy Spirit. Also pray that the Holy Spirit will give you the right conversation to have, because the apologies are coming, and even your exes, those ones who are not even on the path of God, are gonna come. Let me tell you, there are some men are very interesting. Particularly, some men are very interesting. I'm saying a general thing. Some men are interesting. A certain particular man, let's say the promiscuous man, can be playing around with 4 women, but when one woman decides she is breaking up with him. He feels the pain and he's going to pursue that one and leave the other three on the side. And he's not letting them go. He's coming to pursue you so that he can bring you, so that he can have all of you. So you really need to be discerning. Don't date a Solomon man. A Solomon man, I'm just talking about it like in the expanse of things. A man who loves every woman. You don't have to live your life fighting with other women. Your marriage is supposed to be restful. Your marriage is supposed to be a place of rest, not a place of combating with Lady A, combating with Lady B, side chick G, and that Asha that is very naughty, that their name starts with an F, not Felicia for sure. Don't get married to a promiscuous man. Don't overlook the red flags. This is the time to question this man. Ask him the questions, proper questions. Yes, like we've been separated for a while. What has been going on? Are there any children involved? A baby mama involved? What were you doing with your life, education, finances? Ask him. Because you don't want to go get married to a man because maybe he's seeing that now you're doing well financially, because the last time they left you, you were jobless and there was nothing you're putting to the table, and they had some good news from rumors of some friends that you've now made it. You're bowling and bouncing, and he's back because he wants to come and help you eat your money and take care of him. You need to be very careful. I say just because the person has told you he's born again doesn't mean he's a virtuous man. We need to be very discerning. And I said this is one of the problem of us Christian girls. Sometimes we are caught up in our naiveness. And we don't know how to discern, ask the right questions, observe, and get to know the red flags. And not only hear from him, consult from his circle of friends. Do your own research, gather the data. Do your own research even as you continue praying and fasting about it. Yes, don't just be in a hurry because you are love hungry, marriage hungry. We are going to get married, but if you make a wrong decision, nobody will ever come and cry tears on your behalf. If you ever choose wrongly when the marriage is bitter, it's you who is going to be going through the bitterness, while other people will be enjoying their marriages. You'll be the one going through the divorce while other people are, so don't be the one. Gather the data, find out information. Because I'm telling you, they're gonna come in a bang, with a bang. It doesn't matter how amazing this man is. Let him pay the price. Put him on his toes. Let him pursue you. If he calls you, sometimes don't even pick the call. Your diamond. You've gone through the pressure. When you're waiting for him those 2 years, you really waited and you got frustrated. So let him feel the pressure a bit. Let him know that you're not just something else. Let him know that you're that ruby. You're far worth more than the rubies. When he organizes, you tell him, no, I can't see you this Saturday. Maybe we do it on a Monday. Yeah, so you disappoint him, then you ensure you appoint him the next time. A disappointment, an appointment, a disappointment, an appointment. Just try and be a little bit hard to get until you feel he's feeling the tension, and now he's putting in the hard work, having to explain himself. Don't just give him the leeway. Let me tell you one thing that I've discovered. Because this man wants to, he's not just coming with an apology and asking you out for a restoration date. With this restoration date, he wants to marry you. And the quicker he can do it, the better. But don't make the process too quickly. Even if it's going to take 3 months, it's going to take 2 weeks, but ensure within that period of time you have done your research very well. Because nobody's going to make a decision for you. I will not come here and tell you, I just had the Lord say him, But I cannot tell you to marry him. It is upon you, because it is you who will go and sit with him, listen to how he talks. Does he talk? Is he talking condescendingly? Is he a virtuous man? Is he gentle? His temper levels. You need to check all these things. What has been happening in his life the moment you are away. And even for you, the guy, also check what has been happening in this lady's life while you are away. Are there babies involved? Is there a divorce involved? What was going on? Whom was she dating? What kind of men was she involved in? Do your research. Her family, her faith, her journey of faith. I don't say that you should tag their past to them, but do your research so that you base your decision on a firm ground. Because this word is not just to favor the women, to favor the women over the men. No, it is for everyone to take their safety precaution. Get someone you can trust. Get someone that you feel at peace with. Don't marry a beautiful woman yet so lazy. Then you go start complaining, my wife is lazy, my wife doesn't do this, she's not a brilliant thinker, she's not a that and that. No. Choose correctly. Don't marry that man that you always pay the bills for. Then when you get to marriage and you discover he's not paying bills, you start complaining. Choose wisely. If he can't pray for you while you're still dating, what makes you think he'll pray for you when you're in marriage? We are dating godly men, priests, coverings, men who know their God, men who can fight battles. Men who can fight battles. You remember when Moses died, it was Joshua who picked up after Moses. Why? Because God saw Joshua had the capacity to fight battles. That's the kind of man you want. You don't want a Samson man that once a woman just comes, he forgets his whole purpose and everything and kills everything, including his vision. And he eventually dies. No, 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 no. Don't be overridden with love. Also use your intelligence, use your EQ, emotional quotient. Engage everything, the spiritual, the physical. Read books about relationships. If you have the money, you can engage a relationship coach. And for some of us, for particularly some of us, if you feel there will be need for you to see a relationship coach before the two of you get into marriage, do it. Because sometimes you don't know the questions to ask, you don't know how to navigate this situation. It is good to get a third party to come and help you vet your relationship, help you discuss finances, help you to discuss health issues, help you to discuss, because some of them are, you never know, maybe one of them has a health condition. You need to know, are you able to marry someone who is going through their cancer, infirmity? Because I know of a friend personally who was a cancer patient. Thank God she got healed, but her husband decided that she's gonna marry her regardless. And you see, that's a very huge decision, because it's gonna cost you financially, it's going to cost you emotionally, it's going to cost you spiritually, it's gonna cost your love, because it's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna be rosy, because one of you is ailing. I'm telling you guys, you need to be very, very, very woke. Don't just go there foolishly. Somebody tells you I'm diabetic, you're like, it doesn't matter. You're not Jesus the healer. You are not. Go and get professional counsel, premarital counsel. Particularly, I'm talking to believers, because if you're not a believer, pick something from here, and I hope you give your life to Christ. But these marriages are particularly for believers. Premarital counseling is very important. Let your spiritual authorities at church know. Don't just get married to someone in a dingy place. You elope with them, then 2 years later you come back. No more glory on your life. You're just surviving in a marriage, and everyone is wondering, when did you ever get married? Because you just decided, even if it's an elopement, because some of you are it's going to be an elopement kind of, and it's not the elopement where you run away, it's the elopement where you go because there's a blessing and it's a way to cut cost on your wedding. Guys, Guys, for those who know you're really going to need a help from a relationship coach to ask the important questions before you get married to this person. Get to know, do they have any debts with banks? How are their credit cards? What major burden are they supporting in their family? Both male and female. This is not just for the husband. Maybe they could be having an ailing parent, or maybe they are the ones supporting their family. You need to know, because when you get into marriage, you need to know, I am getting into this marriage. These are some of the heavy things that are going to happen when we merge our finances together. You're going to help him bear that burden, or you're going to help her bear that burden, so that when people are when you're being called for the hospital bills, you're being called for the school fees, you're being called for whatever, you know you signed up for it, or you get to discuss how to go about it, what to drop, what to maintain, what to chip in, what to contribute, what not to even dare touch, you know. So these marriages is just not about you going there, going for dates, dressing up for him, looking the part for her, picking her up in that fancy car, buying her that chocolate bar, giving her the honeymoon of her choice, and having children. It encompasses a lot of things. Because I'm telling you, many people in marriages are struggling, particularly things they didn't discuss. Investments. If you don't talk about the things you're going to invest in before you get married, it will be difficult, because you will start disagreeing inside marriage. And you know, for the wives, we are to submit. So these are questions you should ask before you say, yes, I will marry you, before that engagement proposal. Or maybe after the engagement proposal. It depends. Do you have conversation? Do you guys really communicate? Because don't just go there and just drink your milkshake and say, oh, the frappe was so nice, the ice cream was amazing, the chicken was good, and you don't talk about important things. Who do you see yourself as a husband? What are some of the things that make you want to become a husband? What kind of relationship would you want to have with your children? And also observe, how does he behave, or how does she behave with her nieces, her nephews, children in general, for you to know whether they love children or not. We are living in a very funny generation right now, where there are things like vasectomy, I don't know, semen retention, this transgender kind of things. Get to know. Get to know. Don't just walk in there and then you say, oh, I discovered he or she is transgender. No, child, no. No. You need to get that information upfront. Upfront. And I'm not saying that you engage sexually with someone before you're married. No. Don't engage with them sexually. Just inquire and continue praying, because if you continue inquiring and praying, the Holy Spirit in you will give you the spirit of discernment. I'm sharing these things with you guys because I discovered for the longest time I was not good at dating. And I'm so glad I never got married as young as I was, because I never knew what a marriage entailed. I did not know the intensity of it. I just thought it's about being in love. But now that I have woken up, I don't play with that decision anymore. Anymore. You need to know, if your husband to be or your wife to be has children, how are you going to work and navigate through it? Don't just take it lightly. Then when this person marries you, suddenly they are rejecting your children. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You'd rather let that person go and wait for the next one, because there's someone who is willing to love you and your children. Yeah, you need to talk about the property you acquired before. Discuss anything that is bothering you, discuss it upfront. And I would request that you go to a professional. A professional. Sometimes I'm not discarding our pastors and our bishops, but sometimes they can be very biased. But when you go to a professional, they will deal with it as a medical issue. Like the way a doctor diagnoses things, they ask questions here and there, and you pay them the money because you want the tough truth. Yeah, you want to deal with the truth before you agree to something, because marriage is long term. There are days that love will not be there. It will almost be like a commitment. You stay there because you committed and you know what you're doing. Not every day you'll wake up, you'll be rosy, you'll be in love, because challenges will come, sickness will come, uh, financial challenges will come. There will be challenges. You can't tell me that you've lived your life to this day and you've never faced a challenge. You have faced a challenge. So take this time, very critical. This moment when the apology phone calls come in fact, don't forgive them on phone. Keep discussing and tell them if you can organize for a face-to-face meeting, whether it's a Zoom meeting, whether, because if they only want to do it on phone also, I think it's not serious enough. They must be willing to come and sit with you face to face. If it's something going to lead to marriage, if it's leading to a marriage, because I've told you it's gonna be an apology, restoration date, leading to will you marry me. So make the most out of these dates, because some of us are not going to date for 1 year. Some of you are going to be in a few days. Get to know their spiritual temperature. Do they still believe in God? I mean, the people have now made God look like people believe in energies. People are believing in strange things, guys. Ensure that you're equally yoked. Ensure that you're equally yoked. Don't just go because he's tall, light, and handsome with the biceps. He's tall, dark, and handsome with some biceps. She is short, hippie, and dark skin, because I love the dark toned girl. She is a light skin and she's slender, and she has the long neck, the tall legs, the nails that I no. Go beyond that. Yes, go get checked. Your health, reproductive health, mental health. I'm telling you, you have to engage everything, everything. And if possible, put each other on the edge. I mean, take it so seriously. God was so serious when he was giving out the 10 commandments. He was very serious about it, that it had to be written on a tablet. God was so serious about it. If possible, write the dreams that you guys have together. Write them down. Sign them. Even get a family lawyer. It's not because you mistrust each other, but a level of accountability. Let me tell you that we hear these things being said by married couples, saying that marriage is work, marriage is work. It is true work, because I have seen marriages that are built on no commitment at all. You find you agree to make an investment, but it's only one person paying for the investment. Then before you know it, things go haywire. And when they are demanding a divorce, they also want that thing that they never put a coin into. Do you see how draining this thing is? That's why you need to discuss everything, leaving no stone unturned. Talk about it. If this person is still insecure about your past, I don't think you want to move into marriage with such a person, because they will be victimizing you all the time, manipulating you, controlling you. And you better go read about these personalities, narcissists, bipolar people, these outrageous people, or emotionally manipulative. 1 minute they are too in love with you, the other minute they are too mad with you, the other minute they are too abusive, the other minute they're too spiritual. No, no, no. I'm telling you, marriage is, in fact, your marriage will determine whether you will go to heaven or not. Because if you don't have peace in your marriage, you can't even pray. You don't even have a moment to smile. Every moment is filled with sadness. It's filled with, there's just heaviness everywhere. Your children won't even grow up in a safe environment. You won't even be happy. You won't even be performing. So guys, ensure you hook yourself up with the right person. This season of the apologies, the phone calls, take that opportunity to ask important questions. If you forget, come back and look for this video. Get a professional counselor, a Christian to be precise, or because premarital counseling, the one that is done in your church, that church program that takes you through a counseling period. Apart from that, get a professional relationship coach. And because you're a grounded Christian, I'd prefer get a good person, whether Christian or not, because I think the questions are always the same, so that you're also able to see sides. I don't know. I think there's a way, I think, and I pray that God will give you discernment on how to go about your situation, so that you just don't go sign that marriage certificate and 2 years later there's no marriage, or as soon as you're signing it knowing that it's because you just want to look married, show off that you're married, but there's really no connection that will keep you guys together. Yeah, discuss it. If some of you are going to leave your country to a faraway country, discuss what does that look like. Get to know information about that country. Let the paperwork be right. Some of these people be forging their identities. There was a case of a certain lady who was dating someone, but this person was what would I say, more like a sniper. He was those secret murderers. So this guy came and plugged himself to her, almost wanted to marry her, but he was using this lady to cover up his identity. As he was getting closer to the person he wanted to kill, and he eventually killed that lady he wanted to kill, and now there's a long court case going on. Just imagine, even as much as this lady would want to be married, and the guy who wants to marry her comes into her life because she was a public figure, and they remember the story that is in court with her name on it. Do you think that man would want to involve himself there? It will take a lot of self-searching, questioning, to make such a tough decision. So, brethren, even as you pray, don't be foolish just because you have prayed about it. Be wise. Be wise. Be wise. These are things nobody has ever taught me. I have learned them because I have gone through some dating experiences that I was just like, oh God, I just dodged a lifelong bullet. Sometimes you get it wrong for you to know what you did not know. And particularly because I was just a naive church girl. I was just a good church girl. Loving my God, serving my God, living that holy life, empowering myself academically, ensuring I am around right people. But the people that I thought was right, some of them were so crooked. I was just like, what? You don't even have a job and you're worried that I don't have a job? You want to know how much I earn, and yet I have not even seen your bank details, your work details. Let me see. You graduated from school, bring your certificates. I'm telling you, you're going to be... Some of you are going to be saying, oh, that is too much. It's not too much. It's not too much. It's better to be sure of what... It's like buying a house. Someone doesn't just come and tell you it's a 3-bedroom house, it has an upper roof and a lower, and you just pay them the money. You have to go see the documents, research about it. Has it been bought? Does it belong to someone? Is it out for sale? Do your research. If he told you he graduated or she told you she graduated, let them bring the papers. If they have a business, let them show you what the business is. Yes. Let them take you to their family members and confirm it. Yes. Get to see their documents, birth certificates, their passports, their IDs, confirm. Don't just be in a rush to, particularly when you're dating someone who you've not known for a long time. Maybe some of you are going to get married to foreigners, interracial marriages. Or maybe this person is coming to take you to a foreign land. You need to know the embassy in that land. You need to wake up. You just need to wake up. I think that's the best word to say. Just stay woke. These are the things that some of our parents, like I come from Kenya, Africa. These are not things that were there. You're just told marry a good man. But who is a good man? You could marry a good man who, when it's daylight, they greet people, they treat people nicely, but when dusk begins to enter, they become abusive. And people just know him for his face value during the day. All people know her for her face value during the day. They don't know her face value inside the marriage. You know, be vigilant. Be vigilant. Be vigilant. I mean, this video is so long. So before you say, yes, I will marry you, before you accept that engagement proposal, ensure that you guys have had proper conversations. Because I'm telling you, every one of us, ask all the people who have been proposed to, engaged, they will tell you they knew it, that this guy was about to propose. So ensure that you take this moment to ask important details. As a gentleman, ask her important details. As a lady, ask important details. Don't just sit there saying, I'm pretty, I am all this. No, you can't come and work as a trophy woman. You will discover that in that marriage, once you, things about you will just change. But what is your value? What are you adding to your, and particularly to ladies? This I'm talking to ladies. What are you doing with your life even now? What are you doing with your life? What value are you adding to your life even now? That you know this man will admire you for that. This man will be impressed when they hear the things you do. You just don't want to go and be a stay-at-home mom, or he can't come and consult with you over important decisions. He consults people in his office. You must have every package: the intelligence, the body, the homemaking skills, spirituality, your financial literacy. You must be woke. You must just be woke. And even for you, the guy, for you ladies also, don't go and marry men who need to be, they are like projects. You have to spend on them. You're helping them figure out their life. No, let them go figure out, because you are coming to help him. So if he doesn't have a vision, if he doesn't have something you're coming to help him with, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. That's why you need to do critical thinking, use all the analytical skills, all of them. Engage your mind, and don't ask information from people who have no idea about relationships. Ask those amazing women who are in the corporate, who are spiritually mature, who have good marriages, and they will tell you things. Create a relationship and understand. Not everyone who is married is enjoying marriage. Others are just there because they need shelter, or they have the children, or the man is just there because the wife does everything. So let us make the right decisions. But I want you to know the apologies are coming, the phone calls are coming in, and they'll be followed with a date. And don't just take a phone call at that. If it's gonna lead to marriage and you hear him saying such things, let him meet you face to face. Read the room, read his body language, ask all the details, unashamed. Yes, I hope this video is very informative. I hope it is very informative. I hope it is helping someone. This is information that no one has ever taught me. I have had to learn it because I've been burnt a few times. And as I told you, ladies, particularly if you guys were separated in a long distance, you'll discover that as this man is coming back, he has built his life. So even you don't just sit there bumming. do something, build your life, add value. Ask God to help you. Ask God to show you, Lord, how can I do it? Ruth didn't have it all, but she said, at least let me go collect the sheaves. Hey, Julia. Is this word helping you? What are you learning? You know? So, let me tell you, one thing I've come to discover is men are very, I'll not say very, but they are somehow selfish. It's how they were created. I think I taught this in another video some time back. A man will do everything to build his vision. And if you're not careful, you'll be there building his vision and not building yourself. So as you're building him, also be building yourself. So that by the time, when time comes for him to make a resolute decision on whom to pick amongst the women, he will pick you. He will still pick you. Yes, watch the whole video again. Please do. So I have shared such good tips. Ensure you have built value in yourself because men are interesting. Even Boaz told Ruth, let me go and inquire with this other man. Hey, Carol. Good morning. Are you learning? What have you collected from this video? Let me hear your views before we end it up maybe in the next 5 minutes or so. You know, Boaz had to go and ask the other man if he was willing to redeem Ruth. But Boaz had already been watching Ruth. The other man was doing a background check. He said, no, if I marry her, I'm gonna have to inherit Naomi. I'm gonna have to help them create a new lineage. That means new children. That means this and that. And the other man said no. But Boaz felt like he could handle all of it. Because I don't know, I am yet to do a research whether Boaz was a widow or he was unmarried. Then when the other man declined, this is when Boaz married Ruth. But you remember the other man did a background check. And he discovered that, no, this is not the woman I'm looking for. But to Boaz, Ruth was the woman. Do your background check. Delilah was sent to Samson to do a background check to find information for them. For the people who wanted to kill Samson. So who are you not to find out information? Get to know, see their papers, their documents. They went to the university, get to see. They served the J term. I'm Esther or Ruth. So will I be married this year from the Lord? Yeah. Take time to find out proper information. Yeah. And remember, God is interested with us falling in love, but He wants us to choose wisely. He wants us to make wise decisions. So if you've just come in right now, I'll urge you to go back and listen to this video. It's so lengthy. I believe I've given such good information. I'd love to see your comments in the comment section below. I want to see what you agree with, what you disagree with. What are the tips you can add, because we are helping each other sharpen each other as we prepare, because these transitions will happen very quickly. As I told you, they are calling for apologies and they want to make things right. They are now in the place of making a final decision. Will you marry me? But before you say yes, have your data, choose wisely. Okay? So this is Leila, all the way from Kenya. You want to give, you want to sow, you want to love on me, you want to write to me. The details are in the description box below. You don't want to miss out another live. How do I find it? Maybe you can, for you not to miss the lives, you can put on the notification bell. You can put on the notification bell so that when I start, it just alerts you. So when on my channel, if you've subscribed, you just hit the notification bell. I think it's somewhere underneath there. So when you hit it, it will, anytime I go live, it will notify you so that you don't miss it. Yes, so guys, subscribe, like, and share. And I pray that God will give us wisdom. God will give us wisdom on how to handle these apologies, on how to handle these dates. I told you, not all of them are. You only apologize and stay aligned with the one that God is saying that this is the one I have chosen for you for marriage. But others, you will forgive them and just let them go. Go listen to this whole word. Powerful message. I personally will come back to listen to it because I think I've said things that I'm like, oh, I like that one. So I'll have to listen to it to learn again because right now God is using me to speak, but when I listen, I also get ministered to. Listen to the rest of the words as well, and maybe I'll be coming back later. I'll be coming back later. So thank you guys for all of you who are watching. God bless you. And thank you for all of you who are commenting. Be blessed. Do you do lives once a week? No, actually, I do lives every day, except maybe Saturday and Sunday. Maybe Saturday and Sunday. But I'm working on. Let's pray that we hit 1,000 subscribers soon, so that we are able to get all those beautiful packs on YouTube. Then we can do more. But I will organize that. Maybe we can start meeting on Zoom. I'm still working on it, so that we can discuss more and learn more together. Yes, thank you, Julia, for inquiring. That is so encouraging. Okay, guys, bye bye. Thank you for your time.